Hello everyone. So for this discussion post, we were to watch the documentary Black Gold, and the first question was, what do you consider to be the most significant challenge facing the global coffee trade? And it says provide one specific example. So after watching the documentary, there are a couple different things I noticed, but the one specific thing that I noticed was the inequality between farmers that make the coffee, well, like the wage inequality between what the farmers make that make the coffee and the global markets, what they make off of the coffee, the global markets that buy the coffee from the farmers. So there's like a huge gap there that isn't really fair, and it seems like the farmers are sort of being exploited in a way. My specific example is when the cameraman follows a guy to Ethiopia. It's a specific place in Ethiopia that I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing, but it's Kalinzo Mokonesia, I think. But I know it's Ethiopia, and there's a cooperative of farmers there, and the cameraman goes and visits them, or follows a guy that visits them. It notes that all the coffee produced there goes to the Western world for consumption. It is exported to Europe. It's noted that it's exported to Europe, America, Australia, all of it. It is also explained that it's later on in the video, it's explained to the farmers that that a cup of coffee in the West costs $2.90, or the equivalent to $2.90. Well, first they're asked what they think it costs, and they're not really sure, but it's explained to them that it costs $2.90 in the West. It is then explained that one of the farmers explained that they make the equivalent of 23 cents for a kilo of coffee, and it's explained that a kilo of coffee makes 80 cups of coffee, and the farmers explained that they only make about 23 cents for a kilo of coffee, which makes 80. So that's my specific example. Obviously, the wage gap, what farmers make versus what the global markets make, the gap is huge. The next question is, what do you think it is to be an ethical consumer? What I think it is to be an ethical consumer is basically anything you buy. What I think is basically anything you buy, any goods you buy, whether that's fast food, whether that's something that's exported like coffee or cotton. As an ethical consumer, I think you should look into where the things you buy come from. Are they ethically sourced? Do the workers that make it, just like cotton, do the workers that made the cotton that you bought, the cotton t-shirt that you bought, are they treated well? Are they paid well? Does however it was made, does it affect the environment? I think like looking into where everything you buy comes from, and just seeing if it's ethically sourced before you buy it, before you put your money into it. That's what being an ethical consumer means to me. What steps should people take to become more ethical consumers? I think it's really hard because it takes a lot of time. But if you did want to take steps, I think you should do a lot of research on brands, where they come from, where they're sourced from, if maybe they're made in America or if they're from somewhere else that you might not know about. So I think that's what I would say, and that's what I usually do. Those are the steps that I take. I do my research when I can. The best thing, like I said, it's very hard to do this all the time, but when I can, I do try to do my research and watch what brands I buy and what brands I'm giving money to. That's my best example. I think that answers all the questions. Thank y'all for watching. Sorry for the long video. Bye.